is going to wrap it up for us today. Have yourself a great rest of the day, and please come back and join us same time, same place tomorrow. This is FM 96.1 WDEV Warren, broadcasting from atop of Sugar Bush in Barrie. You can find us at 96.5 on your radio dial. And just about anywhere you can hear my voice, you can hear the flagship AM 550 WDEV Waterbury Montpelier, now in its 76th year of local operation.
No matter how much territory you cover, community radio is just that. Community, village, town, neighborhood. 4th of July, you want a parade. Don't have enough money for a band? We'll take care of that.
I mean, even little Moscow, Vermont, the marching band, what are they carrying? They're carrying boom boxes, playing music from WDEV. It's coordinated with them.
It's 10 a.m. here on the 4th of July as we celebrate America's 231st birthday. Vermonters have been gathering at parks and playgrounds across the Green Mountain State to take part in Independence Day parades. And as we've done for years, WDEV brings you the march music for parades from Berlin to Moscow and beyond. Ladies and gentlemen, so we start the Independence Day celebration for July 4th of 2007, the Stars and Stripes Forever.
Thursday, maybe you'll be listening to a little dinner jazz, and then it's out to Thunder Road for Dangerous Dave Moody and the stock car racing, and then Red Sox game, or in the fall, you know, back-to-back girls high school hockey, and when you wake up on Saturday morning, there's, you know, music to go to the dump by.
I think about this all the time. Where else would you go? Would you have something like music to go to the dump by?
Of course, you shouldn't end a sentence with a preposition, but it's a great show. Thousands of them now that Ken has done for so long. I think it's particularly interesting for a couple of reasons. First, because of its unique nature. I don't know where he gets those records, but they certainly don't get much circulation on any other station or show. And secondly, because Ken has become such a leader in the broadcasting industry. He's such a busy guy, working out of state as well as ownership of Radio Vermont, that for him to continue to do that program on a weekly basis is a tremendous tribute to his commitment to community radio.
Honest to God, how many radio stations across the country have on Saturday morning the owner of the radio station behind a microphone with his co-host dog, and they're playing music to go to the dump by? I mean, I don't think it gets any more eclectic than that.
This is program number 2621, and the always exciting, thrilling, scintillating program that leans over the leading edge of social relevance. Music to go to the dump by. Things are difficult here on the program, folks. Having an executive producer that's a border collie, with a tongue that doesn't fit, with other parts that most border collies have that he seems to be lacking. It's time to deal with the issue that Buster the Wonder Dog has brought forward. Beneath his bed up on the farm, we discovered a magazine, and I'm not particularly tickled about it. Do you want to tell the audience this morning, Buster, what you're doing with the Doctors Foster and Smith Real Veterinarian Simple Promise since 1983 quality dog and cat catalog of products? Huh?
Music to go to the dump by is the last funny thing left on, truly funny thing left on radio that I can think of. Not sort of fake, Howard Stern, shock me funny, but really kind of silly funny in a great way.
I was born in 1915 in Moortown, and I've been hanging around here for 91 years so far. I got a birthday coming up in June the 15th. Been in the valley here all my life. I was living in Warren there, and we didn't have any radio because didn't need one for anything special, couldn't get anything much. But after they came on, we got a battery set that worked pretty good. It had earphones, had to listen to it that way. I don't really recall just how it did start out, but it was a lot like electricity. When I moved to Warren, it didn't have any electricity up there at that time, and a lot of the folks didn't know whether they wanted to go to the expense of getting their house wired because they didn't know whether it was something that was going to last. And this station over here, WDEV, was, some folks had the same idea on it, but it kept growing and being real popular, and everybody liked it after a while.
But I can still recall, by gum, when folks who went to do their stint at regulating government just felt they had to do the job as quick as possible and bob right back and dig right in to do their share in sugaring. And once in 2 years was enough. But now the work there is to do, at far better pay from me and you, requires so much time and attention that House and Senate, the whole convention just needs a tonic for laws embryonic, and anyone is just sardonic to think the end will be even near in anything less than half a year. Now, Vermont has always had by nature a conservative farmer legislature.
We have this notion that small is provincial or local is provincial, and while WDEV is local, it's so far from provincial. I think it's terrific to listen to Dana Jewell or Eric Michael in the morning, and Mark Johnson is an extremely sophisticated, erudite interviewer who can hold his own with interviewers anywhere. He gets great guests, national guests, and he introduces them to Vermont on a local level, which is spectacular.
I can remember when I first came to Vermont almost 40 years ago, listening to somebody reading local poetry on WDEV, and I thought that was pretty cool. And that's kind of what the reputation is. It really is a community station, and I think people absorb it into their fiber and see it as something that is really local.
It is a family-owned community station that reflects the voices of one community, of Vermont. All of its political stripes, all of the different voices. It is essential to the functioning of a democratic society to provide that forum for people to debate and discuss the most important issues of the day and to hear about what's going on in town, you know, from the community calendar to what's going on at the local religious gathering to over at NASCAR.
Calendar is my 5-minute claim to fame. I do a party calendar feature in the morning and in the afternoon with Jack Donovan, and we basically run through the items that are going on during the course of the week: chicken pie suppers, school board meetings, and other various affairs in the communities.
Clear tonight and cool in the 20s, and tomorrow another nice day, upper 30s. Well, each year the high holy days in Vermont would be deer season, especially the opening day, and we make a big deal out of it here at WDEV with a live broadcast from the ABCD Deer Camp in Duxbury in the shadow of the Couching Lion. This year we had Rusty DeWeese, the logger.
Hey, you know, I got to sleep in this morning. I didn't get up till 4:15.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You get up at 2:15 in the morning.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, usually. Yeah.
That's when I'm going to bed.
Most years Governor Jim Douglas likes to come to Deer Camp because, well, he's just hooked on Chef Pierre, the camp cook's turnip fries, just part of the Saturday morning cuisine as we have breakfast and get things started in style for deer season.
Dana Jewell's irresponsible treatment of his guest on November 12, 2005 at the ABC hunting camp while live on WDEV's Honored Music to Go to the Dump By program casts an unwholesome image over Vermont hunters and hunting camps. This is the photo.
Well, I'm sorry, Governor. I didn't know this would get out.
Look at that. Oh, no. Look at my hand. You're so tall, I can't even reach up there.
One of the great things about WDEV is that it's so, in a sense, ordinary and daily and has been going for so long and things, that people, I think, don't recognize just how unique and in a sense spectacular it really is, and how unlikely it is that it's survived. There's, you know, nothing else like it left in the wild, you know. And as a good environmentalist, I'm very hopeful we can figure out ways to protect it for a long time. Protect it, but not tame it.
We don't want every stranger to the radio ringers, but
All right, thanks, Tom. That is quite a radio station.
Really is quite the story.
here we are, Pony Boys on the air, we'll bring you joy, sing and play every day.
Additional funding for this program was provided by Chittenden Bank, by Waitsfield and Champlain Valley Telecom, and by Central Vermont Medical Center.
Oh, stop. I've asked you not to do that. Buster the Wonder Dog.